Hey, what's up, guys, and thank you so much for coming through and tuning in to another video for Taking the Journey. It's been a little while since the last one, and I thought I'd just come on here and actually do the video that we're supposed to put out back when we were doing the 14-day push, just because, well, we said it was very important to us, and we hyped it up quite a bit, and we thought we'd just put it out there because we've been wanting to put it out there for some time now. And yeah, not like you've been waiting for it or anything, but we've been really wanting to put it out. Obviously, it's just me here today. Babes at work getting that hard-earned money. And yeah, today's topic is burning your boats, or burn the boats. So I'll tell a little bit of my own interpretation of this story, and if you want to hear the original story that I got it from, just search it up on YouTube, Burn the Boats, and listen to this fella named Andy Andrews. He actually tells the story really well, and it's actually quite funny, but the message in the story is really good. I don't know how true it is. To me, it doesn't matter. It's just the message behind it really resonates to me, and it's stuck with me since for a long time, since the first time I listened to it. So anyway, here's my own little story on it. Back in fucked it up already. Back in 1519, there was this conqueror. His name was Hernando Cortez, and he wanted to take his men, his army, on their boats, their ships, and go over to this country where these people held the most famous treasure in the world. They had held this treasure for over 600 years. People try to go over there, take it from them, armies, lots of different people, but no one could ever succeed. So this guy, he took his men over to this country, and as they arrived, they didn't just, jump off the boats and just start attacking. He actually brought them in and he was like, all right, boys, settle down. What I want to do, I want to talk some inspiration into you guys. So they settled on the beaches, and he started speaking to them, like telling them how important it was to get this treasure, what wonders it was going to do for them and their families, for their children, and for the people. So he got them all hyped up, and the next day, all his men, they were ready. They were like, all right, let's go. And he brought his men in, and they were all like, okay, he's gonna tell us, like, what's the strategy here? Are we going to go this way, or are we going to run it straight? But he brought them in, and what he said to them was, all right, boys, what we're going to do is we're going to burn the boats. And obviously his men, they would have been like, what the fuck? Mr. Cortez has gone crazy. What's he talking about? And he was like, no, fucking burn the boats. So they did. They went over and burned all of their boats, and their own boats. And he ended up telling them, basically saying, you've got two choices here. We can either sit here and die, or we've got no choice but to move forward and fucking take this army down, take their treasure, and take their boats. If we're going home in their boats. And automatically, his boys would have been like, hey, what the fuck? All right, so, should we stay here and die, or should we go and try and beat this army and take their treasure and take their boats while we're at it? So that's what they did. They all went forward, beat this army the first time in over 600 years, took their treasure, and they took their boats home with them. And the real story behind it, the message in the story is, when they burnt their boats, he really just gave them that one option, which was pretty much they either got to fail and die, or they got to be successful in what they want to do. The only chance they have is to just take over this army and get home in their boats by taking, away that option, that plan B, that retreat option. That was taken away from them. They couldn't retreat. They couldn't fucking, no plan B. And that really stuck with me. And that message really inspired me and Babes to really make one of the biggest decisions in our lives. And what we've actually done is, it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, me and Babes had a really deep conversation of where we were at in our life, and what we wanted our futures to look like and how we were going to get there and all of those things. And we actually decided, as a team, that I wanted, and I did, we come up with the plan to resign from my job. And from that day, I handed in my resignation that exact same night. So yeah, I quit my job, and from now on, it's basically plan A only. There's no plan B. It took like a lot for us, and I can only imagine for a lot of people that that's something that people would really struggle with doing. And I could never see myself doing something like that. 2 years ago, even a year ago, especially so soon. But we just figured, fuck it. We gave it a good think about it. We definitely planned like what we're gonna do, how long we could survive for, and all of those things. We put some thought behind it. It's something we've been working on for a while, but the plan was never to finish work this soon. And yeah, we actually wanted to, just for me to be able to spend 100% of my time on something that I am so passionate about doing, for me and my family, and going ahead and burning those boats. It was definitely a huge decision for us, but it was one that we were backing 100% and are backing. And if you know me, money was such an important thing to me. I would be so stuck up on money. It would affect me if we didn't have enough, or if we didn't save enough, or any of those things. So for me to actually quit such a, the job that I had it's a fantastic job for such a small area that we live in, small town. It was a pulp and paper mill, so we made cardboard for everyone around the world. Oh, everyone, like countries, heaps of countries around the world. And to be honest, it was like it was a over $120,000 per year job, and I can't gloat about it because I don't have that job anymore. So I'm not trying to be big-headed or anything about it, but that's like the sacrifice that we were willing to make to go chase our dreams. So we did that. I handed in my resignation, and I finished up there because that was definitely one of my life visions for myself, was to walk out of that place. If you've worked in mills before, and the people that work there, you see those, what I saw in there or experienced in there were a lot of elders that were on the brink of retirement, and just seeing them in there and knowing that they've been there for decades, and they would walk into the mill like really like quite limping, broken, they've had multiple surgeries, all of those things, and I really don't believe that whole time that they were happy. Like a lot of people in their jobs, I guarantee you that a majority of people who work, they don't really love their jobs, and I couldn't see myself doing that. That was actually a big fear of mine, was being in my future body, still working there, and walking into that place as I saw them walking in. So one of my life vision was actually to walk out of that place, picturing myself, visualizing myself actually walking out of that job, out the gate with this body that I'm currently in at the moment, with this mindset, and I was able to do it. I did it a couple of weeks ago, might have been a few weeks ago now, but yeah, we went and done it. We burnt those boats, we burnt plan B, and now it's really just only plan A for us. The way I see it is I have no choice but to be successful in what I want to do and in my passion. Just not only because my, obviously my happiness and my future depends on it, but also my families. We've got young children, we've got 3 beautiful young kids, and we've got a new mortgage, big mortgage, and none of that really, the fear of failing has just like, it's crossed my mind, but just like that, I'm not even paying attention to it. I don't let it affect me at all, and it's really just because I have no choice. I have no choice but to be successful in what I want to do. So we've definitely got a plan in what I'm trying to do, and I won't be putting it out on here because this is about me and Babes' journey, to our personal development journey, and we just want to keep it that way. So I'll end up putting stuff out on my own personal page, coming out with what it is that I'm wanting to do, and yeah, feel free to follow or whatever. It doesn't, I don't mind if you do or don't, but yeah, we just really wanted to get this video out there just to really share that message. Don't be afraid to back yourself, because at the end of the day, it's either you take that leap and trust yourself, and really do believe in yourself that you can do it, and by cutting that safety net, that plan B, I have no choice now. We have no choice. So yeah, I hope this was a good video. I'm not too sure. I don't know, but I was really excited to share that with you guys. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy the listen. And I don't know, I will just keep bringing out videos of our own. It's not the end for us, it's only the beginning, really. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay